All right. So if you look at this little application, it's called Reebok's World. So what we're trying to do here is to get this guy, this robot, this android to go from step one to two, turn left, move a little bit further, and complete the step all the way here. Now we have multiple uh, cases. This is hurdle one. If I click here and select hurdle 2, see that looks different. If I select hurdle 3, it's different. If I select storm 1, see, so there's different kinds, but this example is for see what home 4 looks like. If you wanted to come here, there's that, but I want to do hurdle 1 in this situation. All right, so let's get started. Now I'm going to write this code and then I'm going to test it along the line. This is what I'm talking about. So if I go to move, now before I go there, if I show you Reeborg's keyboard here, you can see all the functions. And by the way, this is day 6 of the 100 days of Python code. So day 6 is about function. And you know functions are pre-built codes and methods and everything that performs tasks repeatedly. So in this case, if I type move here and I try to run the code, you see what it does. So it moved forward and hit the wall, right? So this is just for you to see where we're going. So we need to write the code that will command this robot to move forward, turn left, go up, move right. So in order to do that, we're going to be using a couple functions here. But first, let me complete a circle, which is move, then turn left. And by the way, we do not have a turn right in this. If you look here in the Reeborg's keyboard, there is no turn right. We have a turn left, but there's no turn right. We have a lot of other stuff, right? There's no turn right. But I need you to turn right here. Then I'm going to show you how I can pull a turn right. So let me test this 3. All right, awesome. So it moved forward. If I wanted to turn right, a turn right is going to be a turn left 3 times. But I have to define the function for it and say turn right. A turn right function would be equal to turn left 3 times. Like this, like this, like that. So having said that, if I now call that function here, turn right, and then move, you'll see what's going to happen. So if I reset and click that, it's going to go forward. See? Now, the tricky part or the logical part of this code is if you look here, if it comes down, in order for it to turn right again, I need to call turn right here, turn right function, and to call it here, and I have to move for it to turn and face down, and then for it to turn left so you can face forward. Let me reset again and try it. So exactly, now one cycle is complete. Now if you look at the hurdle 1 challenge, we have 6 cycles. 1, 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is like a repeated jump. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn this into a function. I'm going to turn this into a function and call it jump, right? And let me move this forward using this key. Nice. So now if I come here and call this function jump, see what's going to happen here. It's going to go forward, and you can see how the code is being executed here, right? Let me show you. If I reset, You see? So I call the function jump on line 16. It goes to, when the function is jumped, because the function starts from line 6, it goes to line 6 and execute the function called move, the action. And then it goes to turn left, execute turn left, it goes to move, execute move. It goes to turn right. And remember, turn right is also a function because we have no turn right as a function on its own. So I created turn right at the top on line 1. So it's going to jump over to line 2 and execute turn left because the function has been called on line 10. And that's going to continue. When that is executed, it's going to move and execute that. That's exactly what it's doing. So what I'm going to do now is, in order for me not to have 50-60 lines of code, I'm going to come here and use a for loop statement. I'll say for step in range, because it's 6, right? And if I say range of 6, that means it's going to go from 0 to 5. So for step in range of 6, call this. So it's going to execute line 17 first, and once it completes each step, it's going to re-execute line 17 for each step. So if I come here and reset, see what it's going to do. It execute that. It's executing the second step, third step. You see how it's coming back to line 17 because the condition is met. So we have almost come to the end of this challenge. It's straightforward, but that's exactly how to manipulate functions and get this done. And there you go. So this is what we expect to have to confirm that the code executes successfully.